Your former life was in a bliss of ignorance, until you've awakened to the darkness waiting on the doorstep of our fragile dimension. Something terrible left its eons-old slumber, and the reality, as we knew it, collapsed. The city of Arkham was pulled to somewhere not of this world, and its residents are in the shadows of true terror. As a survivor of this catastrophe, you should investigate the strange occurrences in the city and survive the rising darkness, physically and mentally, if possible.
Hey there everybody, my name is Chris Ormy and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing another little first look review. This time it is Stygian, Reign of the Old Ones. So this is set in Arkham. It is a part of the Cthulhu mythos. And yeah, it's a very atmospheric game. You can see Cthulhu in the background. This city of Arkham has been taken into another realm. And it's a journey with a character to kind of find out some stuff and try and combat the evil, rescue people, rescue yourself, find the truth, and maybe get Arkham back to its rightful place, on the rightful plane. It's also a descent into madness, as most things Cthulhu are, so if you're not really into that, then maybe this isn't for you. But it's a Lovecraftian sort of horror-inspired RPG. We do have some good notes by the devs, little tips and tricks what you should try and do, what your attitude going into the game should be. So I'm going to go and read from those for a minute, and then we'll jump in and we'll have a look at character creation and the game itself. Okay, so from what I've got in front of me, it says the right mouse button's our best friend, opens a radial menu, all abilities and skills applicable to the chosen object or character. So we're going to be doing a lot of that. I do like a radial menu. I like the idea of that. Choosing a belief system is a big decision. It's an important gameplay mechanic. So this is going to be one that you should roleplay quite a lot. So make sure it fits the kind of playthrough and the kind of character that you are most interested in. Avoid fighting if possible. Now, that's something that might be a little different for quite a lot of RPG games out there, in that fighting really is a main way of leveling your character. And it can be in Stygian as well. I believe that is an option. However, it also gains you angst points, which are described as also like anti-negative experience points. So they're going to hold you back. The more you fight, the more angst you're going to get. And the more angst you're going to get, the more your character is going to suffer. You don't have to kill everybody. There'll be some blue tiles that show up in a combat. We'll keep an eye out for those. And if you run away, then you've got everything to date that you've got out of that combat, and you win the fight. So you don't need to win against all enemies, just some. Wait for the time to escape and survive. It is a game where things are not going to go entirely your way. You need to be prepared for that. This is not a game that you can just roll on through and get the best sort of ending first time. It's not one that you're going to be able to develop a character in the way you want maybe the first time. So subsequent playthroughs are recommended. There's 4 approaches: direct, cunning, intellectual, and costly. So I'm going to try and do a little bit of a non-combat-ish route and show you a little bit of that side of things. There's 3 skills: science, medicine, survival, I believe. They have crafting branches to them. And your character might go mad as well, it says. So that's about it, which I can see. Also, resting does give you some advantages, enable abilities to really set up. So you can do different things when you rest for you and your party and get yourself into a much better position. So there's no difference between the genders in this. I'll be choosing a female character for this. We now choose an age. So young. We gain a little bit more physique, maybe, but we lack a little bit more mentally experience. Adults in the middle, older of course is skewed the other way. So you gain a penalty to your physicals somewhere. So yeah, it really depends what you want to do. I'm just going straight down the middle. Let's go for an adult archetype. So academic. Now, one big thing about the Cthulhu mythos is about that slow, inevitable descent into madness. But really, it's about investigating the mythos as it goes. So academic is a nice fit. This is set in sort of almost Victorian Britain kind of world. So think about that era. So an aristocrat, that would fit. Criminal might actually be able to get something going. The explorer, okay, a bit more hardy, but again, you know, firearms, etc. We're not going to try and go down that sort of route if possible. Investigate would be cool. Occultist would also be cool. Performer, interesting. And a soldier. So, medicine, psychology, science, occult science, speechcraft. I like speechcraft. I like my ability to maybe talk my way out of things. Performance. Performer has athletics, which could be good. That's a bit of a physical escape. And to pass some tests. Speechcrafts, that's a social. And stealth, that gets me out of trouble. So performer looks pretty good, so no advantages and disadvantages. A movie actor has a higher sex appeal but lower addiction threshold. A juggler would be extra throw-in but more critical failure. And a busker, less cigarettes, more subterfuge. So I believe cigarettes and some other stuff may be used as coping mechanisms when things get a bit too crazy. You'll be using those to kind of reduce your sanity loss and just get yourself back centered and ready to go again. So with less cigarettes, I mean, for an extra subterfuge, sure, we're going to go into madness anyway. Why not make it a quick journey instead of a late one? And our belief system, like I said, this was pointed out to us as being fairly important. So humanistic, divine, rational, materialistic, nihilistic, and esoteric. Esoteric's a decent one. It really fits the setting quite well. So, occult skill recommended. And if we choose the dialogue choices and do some occult researching, we can gain extra sanity. Here you see the rational. We've got to be able to explain this. This is probably quite like me in real life, very rational, very logical kind of approach to things. So rational dialogue choices, scientific medical research. I don't feel that would be an interesting roleplay objective for me personally. It's a bit too close to what I would normally do. So I don't want to be me in this world, I want to be someone else in this world. It's kind of the point of role-playing to a certain degree. Even though it would be an interesting playthrough. Divine, the Black Day is God's final test of humanity. Okay, interesting. Again, not really my style, but if you're faithful, etc., more sanity back. Nihilistic, just the end is coming, embrace it. there's nothing you can do. Materialistic, all about, even as the world goes to hell, trying to get as much as you can. And then humanistic, mankind overcoming any threats. Altruism, self-indulgence. I think for this, a performer, out to grab what they can get, I think we are going to be materialistic. I like that. Oh, and we've got ourselves a portrait. Okay, so performers. Who looks kind of like they'd be up on a stage, a singer or a dancer or something, or an actress. What would be a busker? A busker. Kind of like a couple of these portraits, but you know what? I think we're going with this one, and then we'll go with Molly Hoggins. Not sure why, just first things that came to us. Presence, we need to get that high speechcraft. Occult and survival is will. Occult, psychology, medicine, that seems like it's very important. There's a lot of skills. Firearms, no, but stealth, investigation, survival, I like. Subterfuge and stealth, there. Melee survival. So I reckon a couple of points in there. Maybe we should put one of these up. Melee and survival. Occult and survival. Let's go a bit more occult. It'll all add in. So we can see now what our actual stats are. We still got some skills to put in. So these here, I guess, those are the three that are the class skills. This is what we chose. We got a +1 to subterfuge because of being the busker and starting with less SIGs. And then for being a performer, athletics, speechcraft, and stealth. So we at least want those up. And then I really want a little bit of occult and a little bit of investigation. I think that, to me, so we can lie, we can sneak, we can kind of try and talk and convince people of our own way of doing things. So yeah, we can kind of steal things if we need to. We can talk our way through things. We can sneak. We know a little bit about the occult. We're good investigators, so we'll be able to see some stuff. And athletics, just being able to really have a little bit of survivability about us. So I like that. I do like that. I think that's a decent amount. Reaction, we seem to be quite quick to act. We've got some action points. Yeah, we seem to be fairly well sort of built. And there we go. Molly Hoggins, a performer who's an adult. Female, materialistic busker. We're healthy, we're sane. Those are our stats. I quite like this. So there we go. Let's get in and see what Molly has to do. Venturing into attic. Openly define the mob or cult may make your time in Arkham rather unpleasant. Never forget that in this forsaken town, it's run by tyrants and deviants. Okay. It's not bad. This might take a little bit to load. I'm going to come back to the recording when it has loaded and let you know how long it actually took. Okay, that wasn't long at all. About 15-20 seconds. Ooh. The Dismal Man. Okay. The Black Day. I would read this, but it's a bit too quick. So pause the video and read the text yourself. That way you won't be missing anything. Okay. So visit at the old attic. Okay. Oh. Spook. Ho ho. Spookiness. I'm guessing that right there is the Dismal Man. So this is a hand-drawn adventure. The footsteps of the Dismal Man. 2 lamps in darkness. Okay. So it looks like we might have a bit of a party system. There may be a couple of people there. So we can click on character. There we go. So we've already seen our stats. We don't have any perks or abilities. And we don't have any angst. So there's that. Inventory looks like this. Looks like we've got hand, a weapon, hat, clothes, and then occult slots, quick slots, a backpack here, which probably helps us carry more things. I've got no cigs, no rations, no supplies. Maybe no kerosene. We can craft, apparently, so that is okay. The grimoire. We know the blood circle ritual. So that's protection. And the evil eye. So we can reduce people's combat. Okay. A little bit crazy. Miskatonic University, the Main Street, Riverside, and French Hill. We're kind of in Riverside. Beware of the red boats. Never go into the river. All the trees dead. It's down there. Follow him. He knows. In my dreams. That right there, I believe, is the man. Okay, so this is the whole of Dark. Yeah, this is the whole of Arkham. This is just downtown. And then we got our little journal here, of course. No entities discovered. Not sure what that is. And this here, I guess, is your quests. I like the layout so far. Inventory, yeah. So these are going to be the grimoire. So we're going to enter stealth, journal map, options. We didn't look at these before starting out, so I turned on the video subtitles, the only other thing that I actually changed. I dropped the volume down because I felt it was a little too loud for me. And I turned off mute in the background. So we got some graphic settings, not too many. It's not a heavily graphical game. It's a very good looking hand-drawn game. And it seems to be well put together right now. So left click to do stuff. Right click here is the radio menu. Got quick spells. There we go. We'll take the lantern. Container's locked. We can't do anything about that. Doesn't seem to be. Okay. So we've got some empty kerosene. Okay, so we got a little bit of kerosene. There we go. So we know there's a locked container up there. We just can't do anything about that. There he is, the spooky man. The Dismal Man. So anything here? Let's few of the options there seem to be stuck on screen a little bit. There are a couple of things that aren't completely solved right now in the game. But yes. The cook is dead, only serving cans. Can we not do anything with the table? Okay. So, I'm expecting this to be more of a tutorial, sort of early on. So there's the old eel house, that's where we have been staying. Okay. That statue there, I guess it's just showing us those footsteps, where he's going. I like the atmospheric music, I like the style, it's very dark and dingy. Kind of a creepy old start to things. Okay, let's at the bank. Oh. It's not like I can interact with them at all. But maybe the dead are coming to play. Dancing in the streets, these ghosts. Doesn't look like I can actually interact with anything yet. Okay. Okay. So I guess that was in my dreams. Sanity loss, 15 horror witness. Lovely. Oh hey, we can get everything now. Okay. So, yeah, we've lost a bit of sanity. We gained a point back, it looks like, but we have lost a little bit. And now we're no longer sane. But we are healthy. So we have a top hat. Ladies tuxedo. Actors Guild, Black Notebook, SIGs. Okay. Laudanum. Cocaine. Whiskey. Some rations, camping supplies. So. Okay. Spooky. Yeah, the atmosphere builds quite well. Nothing else in here that I can see. So a little bit of lag and stutter as it loads and saves. Oh, so there are actually people here now. Okay. So we followed the Dismal Man. Gate of Miskatonic University. So that's going to lead us over there. That's where the end goal is. He's too busy playing. If you'll excuse me, I don't have time for this. We're in the middle of a conversation here. I'm not interested. Okay, let's go talk to the bartender. Marino. Okay. Can you separate dreams from reality anymore? Cornuto. Okay. It's real enough. Spare your pistol. The SIGs you owe me. This trick is getting really old. pay for accommodation. There we go. Let's go talk to this guy then. He looks like he might be a guy that we could actually help. Is there a prize? The prize. And the game. Okay, let's do a bit of subterfuge. Let's try and cheat to win. Gain a bit of subterfuge from this. Did that work? I like the music as well. Okay. Yeah. He's not doing too good. It looks like cheating to win has worked out in our favor. I didn't cheat. Since I'm the new world champion. Oh. Okay, let's get those SIGs. And that seems to have cost us a little bit of our health. I mean, we did cheat. We did cheat. Not too much, thankfully. Barrels, nose, tables. Final. So is there anything here that we can really do? No. So I guess it's leading us back over to the university. We know the way now. We can explore as we go. Okay, so the mob is keeping that. Oh, okay, so maybe I shouldn't have said anything there. How do you survive? Tell me about the mob. Who rules the mob? Waxface. Cult. Cthulhu. So, the ruins of North Arkham across the Miskatonic River. Okay. Interesting. So I guess we could possibly join the mob, possibly join the cult, possibly do some stuff. Black Day started. Okay, so that's the cult. The marked. Okay, so we don't want to piss off the mob. Not that we were going to at all, but I mean, it's certainly go away. Okay. Looks like we could go to the drugstore. Looks like as well. Turkish Zest, maybe another place to go. Let's go into the drugstore and let's explore this world a little bit. Get a feel for what we're doing. Okay. Lab table. Let's not use it, just in case. Pretty well guarded. Valuable asset. What to sell? Discount? Can't do this for me. Nope. Okay, let's see what he's got then. So, a ton of SIGs, basically. An absolute ton of SIGs. So I'm guessing, yeah, very little in the way of weaponry. A swimming mask, okay. That might be useful for going across the river, I guess. Some bits and pieces here. Okay, so maybe those will come in useful. Oh, what's this? Powder cocaine, laudanum, shot bandits. We can buy these. I see. So we can buy these, and then we can maybe do a bit of crafting ourselves. Yeah, it's got some raw ingredients that we can possibly turn into something then. Okay. So, we know that that's our basic trading for anything interesting then. Let's head up and talk to this woman. It depends. Depends how much you like me. Unconditional love. Okay. I guess without the money. The sweat and dirt coalesce in one of the deserted alleys. Okay. Okay, so we can't go in there, but that's just for some relief. Stability field shrinking. Okay, nice. I guess that's interesting. Very interesting. So I don't know much about this game or what exactly we are to do with it. Looks like the bank is certainly somewhere we can go, as is this place. Uncle Rathsack. Oh, this looks more like weaponry and such. Everyone will have a gun. So weaponry, okay, so ammunition. Yeah, so we don't have much ourselves. Oh, so that's 4 each. I thought that was 4 for the 12. No, I don't know about that, guys. I don't know about that. I mean, we're probably going to try and avoid combat quite a lot. Gas mask, yes, that's good. Again, some more bits and pieces. Swiss Army knife. Lockpicks. See, I kind of fancy lockpicks. I do kind of fancy the lockpicks. Okay, so SIGs are 1-to-1. That's good. Spooky, okay. Let's balance that out. 16 a piece. So we can sell that. I'm going to hold on to as much as I can. But I think having some lockpicks would be of benefit, potentially, so... That's fine. There is a lot of different places to go and things to do. So we may have talked to them. Oh, key number 0. Okay. The lurker below the university. Seems to be a decent amount going on. So we've got a key. Not sure exactly where it goes. Maybe it's worth looking here. So find somebody who can tell us what it does. Who might know? Not sure. Let's go check out the bank. Then we can check out there. Spot. Oh, so we've looked at something, so... Okay. So now we can search through the pile. Grab things. So because our skill was high enough, we didn't even have to actually look for that. Interesting. Is this where the mob hang out in the bank? It's opulent, it's grandiose. It's what I would maybe expect. So we've unlocked a new area. Guess we can't do anything, but key number 0. What about key? Okay. So let's go for... Guess we can't do it in there. Can we do it subterfuge? Okay, so now we might be able to get stuff. There we go. Wads of dollars, no junk, but some money. Some gunpowder, I guess we can craft our own bullets. Lockpick use. Is that a one-time thing? Okay. Well. I probably wouldn't have done that then if I'd have known. Okay, let's go search this pile. So we can go through either door. Let's go through the side door. And see, I've got a feeling this could be like a little dungeon to explore. Maybe a combat here and there. Got a little something there. A little something there. Doesn't look like much else. Let's go for this pile. Just looting our way through everything. Bank manager's notes. Okay, I've never seen a man who puts any stock in superstition, yet my experience today has shaken my once strict convictions. I had an unannounced visitor. There was a tall man dressed in a finely cut suit and top coat, all of an impenetrable black. His face, not peculiar as this may sound, I do not remember a darn thing about it. Not his age, the look in his eyes, or the color of his hair. When I try and recall these details, my mind goes completely blank. There we go. We can easily read it there. It's a component for something. Excellent. So we got a little bit of experience for that. So I guess that is the Dismal Man. That's who we've been dreaming of. Let's stay in stealth. Stay in stealth. Oh, okay. I'm not sure I like the fact that there's people here. Not sure I like that there's people here at all. There's another pile to get some things going. A wrench, that could be handy. Okay. Some men are endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights. Okay, I don't know what just happened there. We handed... Ambushed? Okay. I was wondering when this was going to happen, but we've been ambushed, and we've got some combat. Okay, unfortunately there we did have a crash going into that combat, so... Yeah, there are a couple of crashes that sort of happen that they are aware of and they are fixing. So yeah, we're just going to load back in the save that we had, I believe, before that. And we'll, I think maybe you have to go back and do that conversation again. I'm not exactly sure fully. Yeah, we're back here. So we just go back to this room, we explore the couple of things, we get the loot. Perhaps we explore before talking to that man. Perhaps that was a little bit of an issue. Anything else? We can go out there. So we'd have to save an exit, I guess, and then load back in. But luckily, it doesn't take that long to load back in. But at least we have a save right here in case of another crash or in case anything crazy goes on. Let's go talk to this man again. Wouldn't say thriving. There we go. So item lost, item gained. So we gain a tarnished mirror, apparently. We lost our credentials. Okay. So, these lunatics. So that was the man we talked to. Let me get these. So these brutals, it looks like these are our way out. So we're gonna take some damages here along the way. Okay. So if we can actually take them out, we might be okay. Okay, that was a graze. Not great. Not great. I was hoping to take one of them out so we wouldn't get all this damage to begin with. So we've just taken an absolute ton there. Well, luckily this one didn't go first, because if it did, we'd be in major trouble right now. Not that we're not. So you can see the light blue squares. That looks like they could be escape, as it were. So I can shoot there. Shoot there. It's not enough to kill them, so we might die. But the escape route is now open. Bolts of madness. Okay. So we'll graze. A rear attack. Why is that a rear attack? We were facing them. I'm pretty sure we are about to die in that case. Okay, so combat loot. We take what we can. And then we can just retreat. So yeah, we gained experience. We also gained angst because we were in combat. We also took an absolute ton of damage. So that's particularly brutal. That right there is particularly brutal. Okay, and what else did we get? I thought we got like a tarnished mirror. So that will be something somewhere, I guess. We don't have bandages. Is there anything here? Help with health. Use that on me, get some health going. We might do the other one there. We're at full sanity, so we don't really need to do too much. So we've got a little bit of food. That gives us a bit more sanity back. So yeah, I think the key is going to be to find our way of doing things. 4 to 6, 3 to 5, 1, 4. That's handling 0. 4, 6, and 22. 4, 5, 22. So yeah, that is a better weapon all around than that one. Okay. We're at least not dead yet. I mean, we're not far off. So yeah, that's what they mean by combat being fairly brutal and not really necessary. Oh. I was hoping that we would just be able to get that. Lures you in, tempts you, and then That was terrible. Please all attack each other. We've lost a little bit of a lot of sanity. That's a long move as well. It's a long move. Yeah, we're gonna take a bit more damage here. Most of what we just healed. And we're just gonna retreat. We don't gain any experience. We gain angst. Like, that is really bad, that angst. So, yeah, okay, let's get out of here. This is a bad idea coming in here, you know. Losing ourselves to some, yeah, losing ourselves to madness bit by bit. We gained a couple of pieces. That's okay. That was the first bit that kind of was okay for us. Did we check that out? No. Okay, so I wonder what is in here then, if it is being guarded so heavily. Help yourself. Get in there and die. What are you guarding? Gun the streets from those people inside. So I really should have had a better idea of what was going on there. And that would have been by, like, talking about it. Better get out of shooting range. Okay. Hopefully they're not going to shoot me for looking around here. He doesn't look too good. Okay, what's this? This hotel. The Essex Hotel. Okay, so this is gonna be the mob's place. Etienne Lafayette. I see. Rat poison. Oh, really? How can I get on the list? Excessive drinking, vandalizing, etc. Yeah. Okay, so we can't really do much in there, it seems, maybe. So that is the mob place. So if we get in with the mob, perhaps we'll be allowed to explore that. Oh, hotels for the mobs, guys. See, now we're seeing stuff. Now we're seeing stuff come up. Honest bills with the guns. So it looks like there's quite a few different options for getting loot of different kinds. He smiles silently. Some magazine, racks of raunchy stuff, some guns, some food, some bits and pieces. Okay, let's go talk to Bill then and see what we've got. Oh, it's not Bill, it is Joe. Joe Clements. Cortellini's. Interesting. Oh, that is on his bill. That is on his bill. He's dead, but they kept him around. Okay. Boiling wax from head to toe. He does seem to be moving, though. He does seem to be moving. Oh, that's on his bill. That's Charlie. I'm buying. I might buy, I might not. Okay, we've got a lot of different stuff. Oh my gosh. lots and lots of guns. Okay then. So, looks like there's quite a lot of backpack as well. Bible, some hats, some weapons. Hey, this looks like the place to be. This looks like the place to be. But okay, we're going to leave this here. We've had a little look at the combat, a little look at the story. This is a first impressions, first look kind of review. Sounds, to begin with. I quite like the sound of the game. I think it's very atmospheric. They build suspense quite well. I like the jazz music that comes through. Art style, the hand-drawn stuff, I quite like that. I think that's well done. It's a good choice for both the era, the style of the game, and the tone of the game as well. The stuff that isn't sort of in-game, but like the logo itself, this start menu, different pieces like that, I think looks really clear, really nice. So it all kind of ties in together. I don't know enough about the story, but it's Cthulhu, it's Lovecraftian, it's horror, survival, RPG, descent into madness, etc. So with all that put together, I think that's a pretty good mix. The gameplay, it seemed really easy to use. We've only just scratched the surface of what's going on here. We did have that one crash going into combat where I clicked while it was loading. There are a couple of other crashes that they do acknowledge. So they know there's a couple of pieces along the way where there may be an issue. So there is that. It's still kind of under development a little bit. It's by Cultic Games, published by One-C Entertainment. So I would expect them to do a little bit more work on it. It's out now though on Steam. And it's a very interesting game that I think has quite a lot of story behind it. And as I say, it appeals to me with the story, with the art, with the music, the whole thing tied together, the gameplay. It's my kind of game. I don't think it's perfect. I think it still needs a little bit of work. I know that they have acknowledged a couple of crashes and that they are looking to do something and try and, like, you know, solve those issues and maybe add some more a bit in the future. Right now, the digital art book, if you're on Steam, is free. If you own the game, the digital art book is free. And with a hand-drawn game like this, that is a very, very good thing. It's currently available for $29.99 in US dollars. Your regional equivalents may apply. It seems to be very, very highly rated by reviewers, up and down. There's, you know, a lot of replayability. We saw all those different, I think 8 different classes or archetypes that you can see, from the investigator to the soldier to the occultist, etc. And then, as we saw when we chose performer, there were a few layers underneath that. There were some other choices to make. So really, you can explore this game in a lot of different ways, different beliefs, different characters, different approaches, more combat heavy, more sneaky like we were trying to do, more personal, kind of charismatic characters to try and convince your way through, perhaps. So yeah, the world is ending. I'm not sure what we're trying to figure out. Can we save the city? Can we save ourselves? Or is it just to find the truth before it all collapses around us once more? I don't know, but I feel it's going to be a lot of fun finding out. I like this. $30 is a fair price point for something with this much work into it. And like I say, we played for about an hour. Character creation, looking at a couple of things. And we haven't even checked out all the locations in our small little area. We haven't gone to other areas yet, really. We haven't explored in depth. We've barely done that first little walk over to the university quest. So I think there's a lot of gameplay, a lot of story left in it. There's the whole crafting things, there's different claws and weapons. We saw a lot of depth there in terms of the items. It's not a particularly sort of demanding game in terms of resources. So you'll be okay with that. But yeah, I don't know, I quite like this one. And this is one I'm probably going to spend a lot of time playing and trying to find out the story, the endings. Are there different endings? And what exactly can we do? So, that's going to wrap things up for me. This is a recommend. This is Stygian, Reign of the Old Ones. And I think this could be very, very cool indeed. We've also got a bunch of these pre-created characters that you can choose from. These are probably fairly well balanced for the story. Feel free to pause the game as we go on, go through them, but you can create your own as you saw. I kind of like the character I made, but in combat we are a little bit of a weak character, maybe. I was hoping it would be a bit more stealthy. Perhaps we need to overload early game on stealth, and then build up other skills when we level. I'm not too sure. But yeah, Stygian, thumbs up from me. Good game, and what I recommend you check out. As I say, $30 on the Steam store. Check it out now. The 1C company, I guess 1C Entertainment, and it's by Celtic Games, so go check it out. Until next time, thanks very much, guys. I've been Chris Ormy. This has been another first look and review of what we've seen so far. Expect something else from this later on. Expect more development on this game, so if and when that happens, as usual, we will revisit it and we will take a look at what is new, what's improved, and what still needs work. Till then, y'all take care.